Okay guys, today we're starting with number 16. Albert purchased 2 and 4/10 pounds of mixed nuts for $4.79. Okay, so how much did he spend in all? We take $4.79 and we multiply by 2.4. Okay, so the first thing that we have to do is multiply 4 times 9 and we get 36. Okay, bring down your 6, carry your 3. Take 7 times 4, you get 28. Add 3 to that, you get 31. Bring over your 3. Okay, 4 times 4 is 16, plus 3 is 19. Okay, let's cross these out. Bring down your 0 for placeholder. 2 times 9 is 18. Carry your 1. 2 times 7 is 14. Plus 1 is 15. Carry your 1. 2 times 4 is 8. Plus 1 is 9. Okay, now we're going to add these together. So when we do that, we get 6, 9. 9 and 5 make 14. Carry your 1. 1 and 1 make 2. Plus 9 makes 11. Now there's 1, 2, 3 decimal point places, so it goes here. Okay, now if you get a number that doesn't look like one of these, then you know you did something wrong. So we have to make it into money because right now we have thousands and we only want hundredths. So the 6 tells the 9, add 1 to me, which makes it 1150. Okay. The next one, which of the following coordinate pairs corresponds to A? Okay, so I'm going to move this down. If we look at A, we first look at the x-axis. Remember, you walk along the horizon before you get in the elevator. So you're going to -3 here. So the only one that has a -3 is this one. But even if you see that, you know you go to the y next. That's why that's why they have this one as a choice, because they want to make sure that you know that you're using the x first. Okay? Let's look at the next one. 18. Which of the following symbols, when placed in the blank, makes the sentence true? 20 75ths or 26 repeating hundredths? Okay, so when we look at this, let's change this one into a decimal. We divide 20 by 75, okay? Well, I can't do that because it doesn't go in evenly, but I can put a decimal point on the end. Okay, so when you divide, you get 75 goes into 200 2 times. 2 times 75 is 150. So subtract and you're left with 50. You have a 0 here, bring it down. How many times does 75 go into 500? And it goes in 6 times, which 6 times 75 then is 450. Okay, so I'm left with 50 left over. Do you see that I'm going to keep having a 500 here? So this 6 is repeating. So this is 2, 6 repeating. Okay, but the 6 is the one that's repeating. Over here, it's 2, 6, 2, 6 repeating. So if I look at this number and this number, it's the same. If I look at this number and this number, it's the same. But if I look at this number and this number, this one is bigger. So that's why our answer is D. Okay, this one is one that we haven't done yet. So remember, it's okay that you might not have done this one. What is the volume of the triangular prism? Well, we first have to find the base. The base of any prism is the one that they have 2 of, okay? So they have 2 triangles, hence the fact that it's called a triangular prism. So when you see this, you know that the base is a triangle. So the area of the base of a triangle is the length, or the base, times the height, and then you cut it in half. So 8 times 6, sorry about that, is 48, divided by 2 is 24. Then, remember how I told you that we're going to be filling this up starting here with water or some other substance? It's got to travel up the entire height of 14, okay? So, you first find the base and then times it by the height, which is 14. Okay, when you multiply those together, you get 336 cubic meters, or meters cubed, because you're taking meter times meter times meter, and that's why it's cubic. Okay, if we do number 22, which property is represented here? It's the commutative property, because it doesn't matter which order that you multiply something in. Okay, number 20, the line plot, remember I talked to you about what a line plot was, shows these quiz scores. So what's the range? The range is the lowest taken away from the highest. So 10 minus 5 is 5. Okay, so, and that's really all range is. This next one, the algebra map below shows x minus 2 equaling 4. So what's the solution? You add 2 to both sides. You get rid of these by adding a positive to this one and 2 positives over here. The solution to the equation is 6, because 4 plus 2 is 6. Okay, let's look at 21 and 24. Julio is evaluating this expression. Which operation should be performed first according to order of operations? Well, we always do what's in parentheses first, or any other grouping symbol. So subtract 4 from 9. Over here, graph the figure with the vertices and then classify it. If you look at this one, we're starting at 2 and going down 1. Remember, you travel along the x-axis before you go up or down. So 2, negative 1 is here. Go to 6 and go down 1. We're going to go 6 to the right and up 4. So 6 to the right and up 4. And this is what we call a right triangle. A right triangle has a right 90-degree angle. Okay, an acute triangle looks like something like this, and an obtuse triangle, oops, that's not going to be a good one. An obtuse triangle has one angle that's greater than 90 degrees. This one's 90 degrees. This one has one that's greater than 90, but all of these are less than 90, okay, for an acute. So this is obtuse. Okay, make sure you write those down for me. Okay, let's look at 25 next. Which number line shows the solution to the inequality? X plus 3 is less than or equal to 1. Well, we first have to take 3 away from both sides. So 1 take away 3 is actually negative 2. So think about this. If I have $1 in my pocket and I spend $3 by swiping my debit card, I'm $2 in debt, okay? So think about it by jumping on the number line. If I start at 1, okay, and I have to go back 3, I'm taking 3 away, then I go back 1, 2, 3 to negative 2. So that's why we get negative 2. So these ones definitely are not it, because they say 4 and not negative 2. And then we want x to be less than or equal to, so it's a solid dot. And we're going less than, so it's going to be C. Okay, if we look at 28, which of the following equations represents the function graphed on the coordinate plane? Okay, so if I keep making these dots here, then I know that it's passing through at 11. So it's starting at 11 and it's going down 1 every time. So that's why it's starting at 11, but it's decreasing, so we have minus x. Okay? That one's a little bit tricky. So again, these would be where it would pass through, and that's where we get the 11 from. So we know we can eliminate f and g. And then since it's going down 1 every time, like these stairs are negative, right? So our line is decreasing. Remember, you look at it from the left to the right. So if you have a person and they're walking down the hill, it's negative x. We could also write it like this: y equals negative x plus 11. Okay, let's look at number 26. Okay, number 26 shows a box plot, and they want us to figure out the median. Remember, the median in a box plot is the one that falls right in the middle, so it's 40. Okay, number 27, we would divide both sides by 2. X would equal 8. Over here, if we look at this one, they want us to find the mean. Okay, absolute deviation. I want you to skip that one. I'm not teaching you mean absolute deviation. Okay, so don't even worry about number 29. Okay, let's look at number 30. That was the last one that I asked you to look at today. The table below shows the type and number of vehicles in a parking lot. What's the ratio of sedans to minivans? Okay, so 28 to 12. We can also write it like this or like this. But we need to simplify this one. So I can divide both by 2, but it still won't be simplified. I can divide both by 4, and that's when it's simplified, because 28 divided by 4 is 7, 12 divided by 4 is 3, and that right there is A. And that's all I have for you today, and I will see you next time.